Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your past love reading for December and January. So, we're going to be looking at the situation between you and a person from your past. It could be someone that you were in a relationship with, it could be also someone that you connected with, but nothing really happened, and you're wondering why and what they're, thinking and feeling about this. So, that's exactly what we're going to explore here. We're going to see the current situation, any blockages to this relationship, what they're thinking, doing, feeling towards this, any messages that they have for you, and if there's any possible action that you're gonna take towards that relationship or connection in the next 2 months. So that's definitely for someone who is interested in a past love. If you are not, you don't want them to come back, this is not a reading for you. I will be doing new love readings next month, so stay tuned for that. Okay, obviously it's a general reading. Not everything will resonate with you. If you want your specific reading for you, specifically built for your situation, then please check out the private reading offer that I have. All of the information is in the description down below. There's also information on the tarot decks that I'm using here if you're interested in that. And I think we can start now. So let's have a look at the current situation. The oracle card that we have is Earth School, Life Lessons, Soul Growth, Study, Higher Learning. Okay, so this straight away tells us that there is a lot of work that needs to happen and probably is happening now. We're gonna see this relationship, this connection could have triggered both of you to kind of awaken and grow. It could have showed all of the behaviors and issues that both of you have that need to be looked at and that were ignored probably for a while, and it cannot be ignored anymore. Obviously, with that many lessons, it indicates that it was quite a difficult connection, or maybe a difficult ending to that connection. It didn't work the way you wanted it to work, because there is some baggage, and I feel like it could be on both sides, that is kind of preventing that from happening. There's still quite a bit of learning that needs to happen here, and definitely your person needs to go through that and realize certain things because before they can come towards you and offer you something of value and with a chance of success. So let's have a look at the current situation. We have Four of Swords. Oh, this is so cute. High Priestess. Okay. And we have the Caution, Heedful Mouse. This is a card that is specific to this tarot deck. It's not one of the classic 78 cards. Okay, so what I'm saying here, we are on time out now. There could have been quite a difficult ending to this connection, and both of you need that time to recover, heal. It could have been quite intense, and you feel raw and you feel like you need to remove yourself from this situation or anything else in order to regain your balance. And with the High Priestess, I do see that there is no communication between two of you. It's a timeout. Like, you're not doing anything. I feel like they are not doing anything towards you. You're not talking to each other. You're both kind of like separate. There could have been some like truth and maybe quite harsh words said at the end of that connection that made you both kind of step away from it and remove yourself from that situation because it was just too much. After we're heartbroken, this is Four of Swords, Three of Swords, one card before this. It's a broken heart. It's pain, and I feel like this is what has happened, and now you both need to kind of find your ground again and recover from this. So with the High Priestess, this tells me that there is no like open communication, no sharing of thoughts, emotions, anything like that. This is keeping everything to yourself, and I feel like that's what they're doing as well. They are staying and they're keeping everything within themselves, and they need to go through that healing process in order to kind of do something about this relationship. And that healing process also can include working through any, you know, blockages, patterns, behaviors that prevented this from happening. And we're gonna have a look, because a lot of cards jumped out as a blockage to this connection, so there could be a lot that needs to be done. And with this card also here, that indicates lessons and a lot of work and learning that needs to happen. I'm not surprised that we have that many blockages. So with the caution card in the past, I feel like for some of you, this connection kind of evolved quite quickly. Maybe it became quite intense quickly, and then you didn't even realize when you ended up so deep in it, and suddenly like things didn't work the way you wanted it to work, and you kind of, you know, I feel like you threw caution to the wind in that situation. I feel like this person could have done the same thing, and then you got stuck, and then you froze because you realized that things are not happening the way you wanted to happen. This is not what you expected it to be. Yeah, and I feel like because of that, now both of you will be very, very cautious if anything was about to happen between two of you. However, at the moment, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest here, I feel like this isn't happening because there is this timeout that absolutely needs to happen between two of you. This is necessary for you to also gain the insights into how you're thinking currently about them, what you're feeling about it. Do you really want them to come back to you? And I feel like they think about the same thing, and they work through very similar issues. So let's have a look at the blockages, because we have a lot of those. That could relate to you, that could relate to this person. Probably most of those will relate to your person, but you know how your situation is, so just take whatever resonates. I'm gonna read you the titles, and I'm gonna talk about the energies that I see. We have the shapeshifter, the vampire, the guide, Samaritan, prostitute, warrior, and trickster. Okay, a lot. Let me see. Let's take this one because I see patterns here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so first I see shapeshifter and trickster. Both of those energies kind of show me that this person possibly didn't show you the real emotions, real energy that they have towards this connection. They could have changed their behavior based off, whatever fit that situation best. So one moment you felt like they cared really deeply and they wanted to be with you forever, and then the next moment you felt like they don't want relationship or commitment, that kind of energy. And that's manipulating you and manipulating others to fit the situation best and what they want out of that situation. So I feel like they couldn't even face, themselves and realize what they truly want in this connection. That's why they were kind of like going back and forth. Then we have the vampire. This is a person who is, complaining a lot, very codependent person, someone who is draining you emotionally, and you may have felt that with that person, that, the situation between two of you was just depleting your energy, that you couldn't help that person, even if you wanted to and you tried. They didn't want to accept that help because they preferred to stay in that energy. They preferred to take energy from others, but not really do anything to fix or change that. So they could have been just in a place in their life where they're not ready to, face anything. They are not ready to face that, what's blocking them. Okay, so then we have the warrior and the Samaritan. So with this is like wanting to, be right and win at all cost, not really caring about, other people and how they feel about it, how they feel about whatever is happening, and that could relate, to your relationship. So this person could have just go for whatever they wanted and do whatever they wanted with very little regard to how you feel about it. And they weren't ready to, honestly open up and be honest and share with you and help you, work with you to kind of build that relationship, because they're very much looking within and at what's serving them. So with the prostitute, that's an energy of someone who is placing the comfort above anything else, above, rising towards something better, growing as a person, learning and changing their behavior. This is what they feel most comfortable in. So maybe, not being in a committed relationship and deep connection is something that they were used to. And with the guide here, they didn't want to acknowledge that spiritual connection and to work with you on that and build that connection. So they felt much, much more comfortable in whatever they were doing and like the way they behaved before with all of those behaviors. And they just weren't ready to change that. They weren't ready to build that, and work through all of that. And maybe not all of this relates to your situation, but you could potentially, see the traits that this person had that was preventing you from building that connection and growing it. So let's have a look at what they're thinking. Oh, we have the Hermit. So they are thinking a lot. They could be, very much single now, but also kind of isolating themselves from other people. They may not be, going out to parties and having fun with friends. It's a time for self-reflection. And I love that it appears with Four of Swords and the High Priestess, because it tells me that they really look within. They really acknowledge with the High Priestess there is this, that's an opening to show the truth and the realness of the situation. And with the Hermit, that's someone who is absolutely willing to face whatever they need to face in their life. So whatever is blocking them, and reevaluate their behavior and what they believe in, what they want in life, what are the answers to the, questions that they have in life, all of that. So they are working on themselves right now, and what they're thinking is that they cannot come forward to you at the moment because there's quite a bit of work that they need to do. They need to be alone to recognize certain things and to kind of decide on how they want to approach, what they want to do about it, what they want to do in regards to, relationships and love in general. So they are taking that time out, and they're really using it for good, for learning and for growth, and that's what you want to see. So that's really good. Let's have a look at what they're doing. We have Seven of Cups. So they aren't really doing much in terms of this relationship. I feel like they are thinking about different, options and different scenarios that could happen in that relationship, and if they approach you, and if I feel like they're evaluating if there is a chance for that to be successful, that relationship to be successful. I feel like they're kind of dreaming about what would happen if they did that, what would happen if they've done this, but they're not ready yet to take the action. They're kind of just like looking at different possibilities and thinking what could be potentially the best option to choose if they were to move towards you at some point. But mostly I feel like they're just kind of daydreaming about possibility of being with you and how that would go. But they are very much aware that they need some time alone at the moment and they cannot focus on this, even though it is in their, like, this connection pops up in their mind constantly, and different, kind of like visions and illusions of how things may end up and how things can turn up if they take a chance and do something about it. So let's have a look at what they're feeling towards this connection. So we have the Death. Very interesting. So with what they're feeling is, I feel like on the one hand, they feel like this will never be the same again. However your relationship felt or connection felt in the past, that will never be the same again. You will never feel the same way about them, and they will never feel the same way about you, because all of the situations that happened between two of you were quite meaningful and powerful and changed the way this connection works. They also feel like, this ended, and they want to change that state. They want to turn that relationship into something better, and take that step and absolutely change it upside down and make it so much better. But I feel like at the moment they acknowledge that this has ended, and for the time being there won't be much happening. But they want to change this relationship. They want to change, make it better. And I feel like because they feel that towards you, I feel like they are doing all of that work that needs to happen now, because they want to change it for you, for that relationship. They want to give this relationship a real chance at some point, but they know that in order to do that, they need to change themselves first. They need to do all of that work before they can come towards you and offer you something, and offer you that, transformation and another shot at this. And they know that if they want this to be successful, they need to do the work first. So I feel like that's what they're just focusing on at the moment. So now let's have a look at the messages from your person. So not all of them can resonate with you or with your situation. Take whatever resonates. Forget about me, we're finished. I think that very much relates to the situation at the moment. I don't feel like this is like forever energy. We are looking at 2 months, so I feel like just remember that it's not like, oh, I don't want to be with you forever. I feel like for the time being, you shouldn't be expecting much from them, because they are doing the work themselves and on themselves. So in these situations, we all know the best thing to do on our side is to just live your life, move forward. If this is supposed to come back to you, it will. Do not wait. And I feel like that's the message for you here. Do not wait for that person. Live your life normally. And then when they're ready, and if they're ready, they will come towards you. I want to build my world around you. Yes, I feel like that's what they're doing. I mean, they're taking those steps to change that connection and to change themselves, because they want to build that world around you. They want to have that relationship with you at some point, but probably not at the moment. You make me feel ways I've never felt before. And this is also the reason why they are willing to put the work now and change, even though before they didn't really care about this. And now suddenly they are very much in very deep learning space where they recognize that there are things that they need to look at and review in their life. So let's have a look at what we have for the next 2 months, if they're going to take any action towards you or not. Let's see what's going on. So we have the Chariot. So with the Chariot here, this is a card that I read a little bit differently to regular Chariot, because probably, like, if you know a little bit about tarot, you would think that, you know, they're coming towards you. For me, this Chariot is kind of all about power and freedom to free yourself, to win that freedom for yourself and be powerful enough to do that. It's all about, you know, there's this like horse on a hill. It's such a, like, for me, it's such a freedom sign to free yourself from any oppression. And that's what I feel like is happening with this person. It's amazing to see that with all of those cards that we see here, because it tells me that they really have a lot of determination to do it. They put everything into it to, you know, to become a better person, to acknowledge their mistakes and to learn from it. It's all about learning from past experiences. And I feel like they will come out of it winning, and with this very much freedom and very clear view of, you know, how their life is and what they can do, what they have power to do. And I feel like only then we will see any movement towards you. So I feel like now it's all about them freeing themselves, and maybe you as well in some capacity, freeing themselves from that that is holding them back in that connection. And I think that's it. Thank you so much, Scorpio. Please let me know if that's your story, if it resonates with your situation. I love reading your comments. And if you want a personal reading, if you want that kind of reading or any other reading about your situation, love or career, please let me know. All of the information, how to reach me and get a personal reading, is in the description down below. And check out other videos if you're interested. And if not, I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.